Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video and welcome back to my channel. So this will be the second part of the drafting of the rope that we did earlier. So if you're here to see the drafting pattern, please check on the link below. And in today's video, we'll be using that pattern that we drafted earlier to make this rope. So stay tuned to watch how we create this magic. Please subscribe to my channel and like, share. So guys, we'll be needing our pattern, then we'll be needing our material. We also will be needing our scissors to cut the fabric, and we'll be needing our pins to pin it down to the paper. We need a chalk in order to put in our allowance. Then we need our tape, and we also need this magneto. Like I said in the previous video, that there is no allowance on it. If you've watched that video, you understand that I said there's no allowance on this pattern. So what you have to do is to fold your material into two, because I told you guys, in order to cut the back part of this pattern, that you need it to be unfold. So that is what I'm doing right here before pinning it down. And also, it is advisable that you iron your fabric so you don't end up having like inaccurate measurements, like having like one side, longer than the other. I didn't do that today, but I have my ways because there's no light. But let's get down to this. All you have to do is just to pin round. So afterwards, when you're like done with the pinning down, all you have to do is to put in the measurements. Like currently now, I'm using an allowance of ½ inch. So I'm gonna draw like ½ inch round the whole pattern. So when it comes to, I'm gonna draw like ½ inch round the whole pattern from the armhole, ½ inch. So getting to this other part, this is the only part apart from the armhole that I did half. For this other side, I'll make sure I have like 1 inch sewing allowance. So this is me using this step to be sure that it's 1 inch. So it depends on how many allowance that you need. Some might do 2 and some might do 3, depending on what you want to do. Like this rope, I wanted this rope like very short, so I just did like 1 inch allowance, like folding allowance at the down part of this rope. I wanted it very short, so that's just this. All you have to do is just to cut down your pattern. So the difference between the front and the back is that this is not to be cut on fold. You will be left with two pieces, and you only understand this if you've watched my previous video on how to draft this 2-in-1 pattern for the rope dress. So you only have to impute the same measurements that you did to the back. So like I use half for the round side, apart from the side of the dress, which is 1 inch. You're going to also do the same to the front side of this fabric. So that's just it. And if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe to this channel and share this video and like. So for the sleeve, I folded two fabric into two, then take down the measurement. And in this sleeve, I wanted a very short sleeve since it's a short rope. So if you don't know how to make a sleeve, please state on the comment section and I will make a detailed video on how to create or make your sleeve. So this is me trying to put in the measurement that I wanted. I wanted 10 inches, but I did like 12 because I know I will be folding the sleeve to get it to that point. So that's just it. So I've went in and ironed my fabric, and what I did was to join both the front and the back facing each other together. Then I pinned it down. So what you are going to do is to sew from the shoulder, both the side. You sew the side, and I went in and pressed the sleeve measurement, and I hemstitched this other side. So what we are going to do is just to sew the part that we hemstitched, and after sewing that part, all we have to do is to join the two sleeves together and attach them to the armhole. So if we attach it to the armhole, so that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll show you guys. So this is what we have after joining both the armhole, the side, and the sleeve measurement. So now we're going to take down our lapel in order to get the actual measurement that we need in order to cut our lapel. You just have to take round the measurement from A to Z like you see me do in the video. So that's just it, guys. No rocket science. And if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do, and share this video to someone that this video will be of help to. And if this video has been of help to you, please give this video a thumbs up and turn off your notification bell so you know when I post new content, guys. So at this point I am left with 62. So I'm just going to use what I got from this measurement to cut my lapel. That's just it. And look at our rope. It is turning out beautiful. So I cut down a very long string of fabric. The measurement that I took for this fabric that I cut was just 5 inches, and I make sure that I have a very long that will be enough up to the 60 something that will have, is even more than 60 something, and I thoroughly pressed it. And looking at this, you understand that one side of this fabric I fold it inside because I don't like having my rope, like I like having a clean finish. So I fold it in because I'm going to tuck it in, like tuck the stuff in. So I'm going to show you guys how I do it. But before you do that, all you have to do is to make a notch in the middle point of your neck depth, back neck depth, and join it together with the middle of the lapel that you've already constructed, and pin everything down, then sew down. This is something I forgot to show you guys, and that's why I'm trying to state it down on this video. So you sew from one end to the other. So you see at this point I'm not sewing everything together. Like I said, I wanted a clean finish. So the part that I ironed, I'm not sewing it yet, and I'm sewing from one end of the back of the dress to the other end. So what I'm gonna do is, after sewing this from this end, I'm going to fold it back to the front side and sew. But I'm going to show you guys when we get to that point. So afterwards, you just have to tuck everything in, and it's advisable you start from the neck, the back neck, to tuck from one end to the other end. So just take your time gradually and tuck everything in. It is also advisable to press this in order to get, and it will, why I love this method is it will only give you a clean finish when you're done. So you can see how I'm trying to make sure that everything aligns together. So just take your time. You can do it. It's quite easy to do this, so you end up having a very clean finish robe. So afterwards, I make sure that as I'm sewing closer, that it's like stitch in the ditch. So that's just it. I would have loved to show you guys what I'm doing, so I'm so sorry that my camera is a bit far from the sewing table, and probably in our next video I'll make sure that I take the camera close by. So just forgive me because this is just me getting new to this, and I believe we'll be improving day by day. But make sure that you sew, like as you can see, the way this work is quite clean and neat. Make sure that you're sewing very closer to the clothesline. So that's just it, guys. Next thing we do is to hem our sleeve by the allowance that we gave. So go ahead and hem your sleeve with the allowance that you left. So that as you see me doing in this video, to make the belt loop, what I did was to take the remaining excess from the lapel that we did, divide it into two, then cut off a little excesses. Then I'll just show you guys how I fold, and I double fold, then now sew in order to get that. So just watch to see how I did it. And afterwards, what I'm going to do is to divide it into two in order to get my two belt hole. So how I set my loop, I mark out 5 inches and also mark out 7 inches. I know you guys are not seeing this, and I'm so sorry for not bringing my camera close. So I just set in using pin to hold those parts, and what I did was just to fix in the loop from that 5 inches to the other 7 inch, and I will just top stitch. I'll do the same to both sides of the fabric. That's just it, and our loop, our belt loop is done. At this point, we're almost done. What I did, I cut two streams of fabric together. So then I measured out 4 inches, and what I did was to join the both sides of the fabric together. So if you have a very long fabric, you can just sew along, but if you don't have, you can as well join like I did. After joining the two fabric together, what I did was to fold, and after folding I sewed from where I joined the two fabric together from one end to another with the allowance of 0.5. So if you can't even get a straight line, it's better you use a pin to hold at this point. So it's best to leave like 2 or 3 inches gap and sew in order to create a space to turn out the whole fabric. I'm sorry I was not able to show you all this, but I promise in our next video I will make it detailed as possible. So that's just it, and we are almost done with the rope of this dress. So at this point, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do subscribe to my channel, like this video and share this video. If this video was helpful, please share, and let us keep the spirit going. So this is the allowance. I want to show you guys what I mean. So I gave 3 inches allowance to tuck this out. This is something I would have loved to show you guys that I did not do. So it's better you do it when you want to sew. Give 3 inches allowance so you can tuck everything out. And after stitching done, Make sure you give a good press, and this is what we have. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.